The story begins in the 21st century, where Earth's population has grown completely out of control and continues to rise at an alarming rate. Scientists desperately search for a solution, but nothing works. Eventually, they realize that humanity's only hope is to begin colonizing another planet. To prepare Mars for human life, they send moss and cockroaches to the Red Planet, since both are capable of surviving even the harshest environments. The story then jumps 500 years into the future. It is now the year 2597, and Earth's population has exploded beyond imagination. Crime has taken over the planet, and we are introduced to two dangerous criminals named Komachi and Nanao. One day, a government official approaches them with an offer. You both have long criminal records, and you could spend the rest of your lives in prison, but I can give you a second chance. He explains that the government is sending a special expedition to Mars. If they agree to join the mission, every crime on their record will be erased, and they'll be paid a huge amount of money. Without hesitation, both of them accept the deal. For the next 2 years, they go through intense training. Afterward, they board a massive spacecraft alongside recruits gathered from all over the world and head toward Mars. As soon as their spacecraft lands, it releases a special gas designed to knock out any dangerous life forms or an overgrown cockroach population, if any exist on the planet. But when the crew steps outside, Mars is completely silent. There isn't a single living creature in sight. Komachi and Nanao continue exploring until they suddenly spot several strange creatures in the distance. They look half human and half cockroach. Before they can react, one of the creatures moves at unbelievable speed. In the blink of an eye, it reaches Nanao, snaps his neck instantly, and disappears just as fast. Komachi is left completely stunned. The creature ignored him and only attacked Nanao. He quickly carries Nanao back to the spacecraft, where the team's doctor reveals a shocking truth. The monsters are actually the same cockroaches that were sent to Mars 500 years earlier. Over the centuries, they evolved into intelligent humanoid creatures. They are no longer ordinary insects. They can think, strategize, and possess physical strength far beyond any human. The doctor also reveals that every member of the mission was given a special DNA injection before leaving Earth. When activated, it grants them incredible superhuman abilities. One crew member immediately volunteers to use his injection. He wants unlimited power so that no one on Earth will ever be stronger than him again. As the serum enters his body, his DNA rapidly transforms, turning him into a powerful superhuman. Confident in his new abilities, he steps outside alone to face the evolved cockroaches. His power allows him to control fire, and he unleashes massive flames at the monsters. But to everyone's horror, the fire has absolutely no effect. The evolved cockroaches walk straight through the flames and brutally kill the superpowered crew member without breaking a sweat. Meanwhile, another evolved cockroach reaches the research lab. It smashes through the glass, breaks inside, and instantly kills one of the crew members. Before it can attack anyone else, another crew member injects himself with the special DNA serum. Within seconds, his body transforms, giving him incredible strength, and he manages to kill the monster. But that victory doesn't last long. Outside the lab, thousands of evolved cockroaches are marching straight toward them. Realizing they're about to be overrun, the team decides to escape using their spacecraft. However, when they try to power it up, they discover the engines are completely destroyed. The ship isn't going anywhere. Now they have only one chance left. They must reach an older spacecraft that was sent to Mars 10 years earlier. It's the only way they can make it off the planet alive. Komachi is devastated by Nanao's death. He wants to take his friend's body back to Earth, but he knows there's no time. With a heavy heart, he leaves him behind. The survivors jump into a rover and race toward the abandoned spacecraft. But before they get far, an enormous army of evolved cockroaches blocks their path. One more crew member activates the DNA serum. His body mutates, giving him the power to breathe fire. He unleashes a massive wave of flames, forcing the monsters to fall back long enough for the team to escape. But Mars is crawling with evolved cockroaches. There are simply too many of them. Soon, the monsters catch up once again. This time, 2 female crew members inject themselves with the DNA serum. Their bodies transform, granting them incredible superhuman abilities, and they charge into battle. In the middle of the fight, the rover suddenly flips over. The 3 enhanced fighters are thrown out, while the vehicle continues driving forward on autopilot with the remaining survivors. Within seconds, the 3 warriors are surrounded by an endless swarm of evolved cockroaches. They fight bravely until the very end, but one by one, all 3 are overwhelmed and killed. Meanwhile, the remaining crew finally reaches the old spacecraft. 2 members stay outside to guard the entrance while the other 3 head inside. Once inside, they discover that someone has been secretly transmitting classified information from Mars back to Earth. The problem is, they have no idea who the traitor is. Outside, the two guards are suddenly ambushed by the evolved cockroaches and brutally killed. The three survivors inside now realize that these monsters have become far more intelligent than before. They're learning from humans and evolving faster with every encounter. Knowing what's coming, all three inject themselves with the DNA serum. Each serum is created using DNA from a different Earth species, giving every person a unique set of superhuman abilities. Armed with their new powers, they step outside and prepare for one final battle. Meanwhile, inside the spacecraft, the team's captain lies unconscious. Suddenly, a giant cockroach walks toward her. Then something horrifying happens. The creature's body tears open, and one of the crew members crawls out from inside it. She was the traitor all along. She has been secretly working for the man who organized the Mars mission from the very beginning. She is also the one who has been sending confidential data back to Earth. It turns out the mission was never about saving humanity. Its real objective was to recover a mysterious egg hidden on Mars and transport it safely back to Earth. Without hesitation, she murders the unconscious captain. She then revives her partner, who has been working with her the entire time. Together, they secure the mysterious egg and prepare the spacecraft for launch. But just as the engines ignite, the egg suddenly cracks open. Two newborn alien creatures crawl out. The spacecraft begins lifting off into space. Just then, the two mysterious creatures that had just hatched from the egg let out a loud cry, calling the other evolved cockroaches. The moment the swarm hears the signal, giant wings burst out of their backs. Within seconds, they take to the sky, latch onto the spacecraft, and bring it crashing back down to the surface of Mars. Now, only 3 humans are left alive on the entire planet. Realizing they have no other choice, they decide to inject themselves with the DNA serum once again. The second injection makes them even more powerful than before, but one of them takes an even bigger risk. He injects himself with the serum for a third time. This time, his body undergoes another transformation. He grows the ability to fly. Soaring through the sky, he wipes out dozens of evolved cockroaches, but there are simply too many of them. Even if he fought for months, he could never eliminate the entire swarm. Eventually, exhaustion catches up with him. Just when he's about to be overwhelmed, his teammate rushes in to save him and joins the fight. During the battle, the strongest cockroach grabs his blade and prepares to finish him off. Then, a brilliant light suddenly appears in the sky. For a moment, no one understands what they're looking at, but Komachi recognizes it immediately. It is Nanao, the same Nanao whose neck was snapped at the very beginning of the mission. She is transformed into a giant silk moth. As she flies overhead, she releases a glowing cloud of dust across the battlefield. The cockroaches become furious and begin firing at her. What they don't realize is that her dust is highly explosive. Komachi instantly understands what's about to happen. He flies toward Nanao, hoping to save her, but before he can reach her, his teammate grabs him and carries him far away from the blast. A split second later, a massive explosion tears across the battlefield. Almost every evolved cockroach is wiped out. Nanao sacrifices her own life to destroy the swarm. Meanwhile, Komachi and his teammate are thrown high into the Martian sky. As they continue rising, they lose control and eventually crash back onto the surface. Komachi's teammate is critically injured. With his final breath, he tells Komachi, "You have to make it back to Earth, no matter what." Moments later, he dies. But the battle isn't over yet. The leader of the evolved cockroaches is still alive. Determined to avenge his friends, Komachi charges forward. Filled with grief and rage, he throws a single devastating punch, sending the monster crashing to the ground. After the fight, Komachi returns to the damaged spacecraft. There, he discovers another surviving crew member, the same man whose spacecraft had crashed earlier. Komachi already knows the truth. This man has been secretly working with the mastermind behind the entire Mars mission. As soon as he sees Komachi, he points a gun at him, but Komachi doesn't panic. He already knows what this man is capable of. Suddenly, the man pulls the trigger. The bullet doesn't hit Komachi. Instead, it kills the evolved cockroach sneaking up behind him. The two survivors quickly board a small escape shuttle hidden inside the larger spacecraft. Built for only 2 people, it's their final chance to escape Mars. As the shuttle launches into space, the cockroach leader and the remaining swarm watch them leave. The other cockroaches want to chase them down, but their leader stops them. Komachi had spared his life earlier. Now he chooses to return the favor and lets them go. Back on Earth, the man who orchestrated the entire mission learns that his project has completely failed. The government also uncovers his true motives. He never cared about saving humanity. He manipulated everyone for his own profit, sacrificing countless lives to achieve his personal goals. A government official involved in the project confronts him and opens fire. but using his advanced abilities, he stops the bullet in midair. Then he releases a poisonous spider toward her. Within seconds, the venom kills her. In the final scene, Komachi and his surviving companion are shown approaching Earth. Before landing, Komachi makes one final promise. "When I return home, I'll build a memorial for Nanao and every teammate we lost on Mars, and one day, I'll come back to this planet." With that emotional ending, the story comes to a close.